Welcome to another edition of One Take Only. I'm George Phillips with oilpressure.com, and this is my acquaintance, John McClellan.
Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going out there?
John, it's the month of May.
It's the month of May. I am very excited, always excited about the month of May. I've always been excited about the month of May since I was a little kid, and the big Goodyear blimp would be flying around the Circle City. Just, it was beautiful. That big silver with the black Goodyear, dark blue Goodyear written across it, and the lights that would send out little messages. It was fantastic.
Well, they didn't do that in the 50s.
No, they did that. They did that. Yes, they did in the 60s.
Now the lights.
Yeah, they had the lights on there. Yes, they did. And every service station out there had a big thing of stickers for different oils and particularly STP. Oh, it was great. I had just a bunch of them. It was wonderful. It was the coolest thing going.
Okay. Okay.
STP was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I miss those days.
Back in the 60s, you're right.
Yeah.
The month of May, do you realize it's now been a year since we did one of these?
Yes, it has. It's very special. It's turned into a very special.
Well, of course, you know, this month, oilpressure.com is celebrating 15 years.
15 years.
15 glorious years.
I remember when it started.
I know, you were there.
I was there, yeah.
And we've been doing this silly thing for 13 years.
Okay.
Well, almost. We started in August of 2011 at my old house.
Right after the victory that our little fella won, and he's no longer with us.
Dan Weldon.
Dan Weldon.
Okay. Well,
that was a great race too. I enjoyed that race.
Well, it was a good race, but that August was like 3 months after that.
I know, but I mean, still, but that was a great victory. I enjoyed two times. He won it twice, which brings up some other people that have won it twice.
Bill Vukovich.
Bill Vukovich.
You know, you really should turn it to where they can see the car number on this side.
Yeah. Okay.
That is your model, and you're about to break it. Back it towards us. I think now they can see it. This is a very good model, though. I will.
It's beautiful.
Commend you. Where'd you get that?
I got that from golly. They were making a bunch of them. Greenlight, not Greenlight.
Greenlight.
Okay. Yeah, they made it.
I think.
They made it, and they had these nice little platforms, and I've got a case for it.
I won't make you take the straps off, but is there an engine under there?
Yes, there's everything you want in that car.
Do the wheels turn?
Wheels turn.
I mean, like
that. Yes, okay. It does.
That's a good model.
It is a great model. It's just like you've got the 1962 race car that Parnelli drove. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's the
1962 car.
It's the pole sitting car.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one that won. Like, I've got that one.
It's the same car.
Well,
it's different livery,
okay.
but mine is a little more unique. Everybody has the 63 livery.
Mine was the Indy 500 winner.
That's the same car. Mine is the one.
Oh, what? What? Mine won the pole too. Yeah. Okay. We'll play that game. But no. This car right here, George and I were discussing before the show. The workhorse of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 500. And the Maserati special, that Wilbur Shaw had, and that car, for the laps it led, and then he brings up the Blonde Special, which he's right. That too is a workhorse. And now we're thinking, what about these cars these guys all have now? How many of them have raced at the Indianapolis 500 for so many years, and how many times has specific ones have they won? I don't know.
Well, I think Rossi's true winner is in the museum. Or what was the museum? Who knows where it is today? But
okay, are you talking about Rossi's?
In 2016, I think that car is the legitimate car that he won in.
And that's Weldon's car in there.
Yeah, except remember that car actually changed liveries the very next week or the next race at Texas. It was a green car, and
right.
Who was it that crashed that car?
I forget.
because Weldon was actually in the booth.
Yeah.
And saw the car crash at Texas, but
it's still the same car, you know. You just
but I'm not 100% certain that that car in there is the car that Weldon drove to the 500. Could be, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of questionable things.
Well, you know, the guy that owns the car, Herta, Brian Herta, that's his car. He's the one that gave it to the 500.
Yeah.
To the Indianapolis Motor
Or did
Speedway.
Shan Smith actually own it?
No. That, well, then Sam would know too, and Sam, you know.
Why don't you call him and ask him?
Well, next time I see him, I might.
Okay. By the way, when's that going to be? We were at Barber this past weekend. We didn't see you there.
No, you didn't see me.
Well,
I saw him at Barber one time.
Well, we missed you.
Well, I'll see him. I'll catch him up here in Nashville.
Actually,
you didn't miss me at all.
Actually, we were there, but you're right. We did not miss you at all. We didn't even think about it.
I'll see him here.
Okay.
I'll see him here. And you had a little interview.
Lindsey Brewer.
Let me help you pick that name up that you just dropped. Anybody else?
No, I don't do interviews normally.
No, I know you don't. You sure were happy to get this one. Somehow you secured this one, and well, let's get back to talking about the Vukey. You've got. I've read a book on Vukey by Bob Gates, and it's terrific.
You have not read.
No, I haven't. I'm going to.
Well, not this one. You're not.
No, I'm not.
You can buy your own.
I am going to buy my own.
But no,
I don't want. I don't even want to touch it.
This is a very interesting story. I did actually put up a review on it just yesterday on Thursday's post. But this was actually written in the late 50s.
The book was written in the
late 50s, and it sat in the bottom of a closet. The manuscript did for decades. And then his nephew actually owns the author was Angelo Angelopoulos, which that name did not really mean anything to you or me. But Angelopoulos apparently was a sports writer and a feature writer for the old Indianapolis News. And he was one of the very few in Bill Vukovich's inner circle. And he wrote this book. And then Angelopoulos died in 1962. And the manuscript sat in the bottom of a closet for decades. His nephew, Peter Curlis, owns Curlis Jewelry Store in Indianapolis. And he's done a few, like Bobby Unser would do an autograph session there or whatever.
Oh, that'd be great.
But Mark Monteith.
That wasn't Bobby Unser. He was also looking for that turkey to get cooked.
I don't think he was going to get a turkey in Curlis Jewelry Store.
No, but afterwards he'd go off to the grocery store and go get him a turkey. See, like baked turkey.
Anyway, I'm trying to tell a story here. You throw me off track.
You can look that up too. He go get a turkey cooked. Go ahead though. About that book. When you read
Mark Monteith. Are you familiar with Mark Monteith?
No, I know the name. The Monteith name. It's a good name.
Well, people in Indiana will know him. He's a sports writer. Has done a lot of work with the Pacers. Has done a lot of radio interviews. He did a lot of. In fact, the name of his program was One on One with Mark Monteith, and a lot of good interviews. I've got several of them even on my phone with Robin Miller. Two-parter with Bobby Unser because Uncle Bobby liked to talk.
Yeah.
Donald Davidson. Who else? Tom Carnegie. That was another one. So
Robin Miller, though, boy, that would be fantastic.
And one bad trait is that 3 out of 4 of those people are dead.
They're all gone.
But anyway, this is Mark Monteith took this. He got hold of the original manuscript. Peter Curlis let him have access to it. And his wife actually typed it up word for word in a word processor, and he has published this book. Outstanding book. I would highly recommend it. No offense, I like it a lot better than Bob Gates' book.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what, that's stout, because I think that Bob Gates. When I was reading his book, which I've read it twice.
Well, good for you.
But each time, I get to the part where we get to the 55 Indianapolis 500, and Bob has developed Vukey for me so well that I don't want to go read the next page because I know what's going to happen. So I take a break, but then I go read it, and I deal with it.
So I guess when you went to go see Titanic in the theater, then when
Oh, that's a movie. That's
when
yeah.
Leo was floating around in the water,
right,
you,
yeah.
you cried.
I didn't do anything like that. No, but you know, hey, Titanic. You know, I didn't. It was a good film.
You knew what was coming.
I did see a great film last night that got me going, and that was called Boys in the Boat. Wonderful film. You guys watch that.
That sounds obscene, so I don't
It's
even want
not.
to hear
It's
about
a wonderful about a crew racing team racing for the Olympics.
it. Whatever. Hey,
Good show.
There's a helicopter there. Anyway, this book just came out April 1st. It's been out a month. It's available on Amazon. I don't get a penny out of doing this, but I'm sold on this book. And it reads like a well-crafted novel.
I'm looking forward to reading it, and I can also say, look, if you're a big fan of racing and the drivers, guys like, I'm sure that book's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to read it. But Bob Gates brings Buki to life too. It's a great book. So go get both these books. Be like, you know, I'm going to get that book.
I've read the Bob Gates book. It's
I can't wait. I love Buki.
It's chock full of facts, but I found it a little dry at times.
On my all-time starting grid, you know, for the Indianapolis 500. Of course, you know, at pole I got A.J. Foyt.
Okay.
Inside, I've got Rick Mears, and on the third place.
Well, the pole is inside.
Number 2 is Mears, and number 3 is Al Unser. Number 4, right there.
Where do you put Elio?
Elio, I've got him. Probably he's going to be riding over there next to the next person is Wilbur Shaw. I got him, and then we'll put Elio in there.
So you're saying Elio is almost as good as Wilbur Shaw?
Well, I'm saying that Wilbur Shaw is, you know, he's in the middle of my second row.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Where would you put?
Where do you put Eddie Cheever?
He didn't even make the race. He didn't qualify.
Okay.
He didn't qualify. But Dan Weldon qualified, and Jim Clark. Jim Clark, he's you know, somewhere in the third or fourth row. You know, I'll have to tie it all up.
Were you there in '65?
Yes, I was there in 65 was a golden year in the month of May too, because you knew that rear engine was gonna win, and it was really cool. And there was just so much going on.
I was there.
I knew you were there. That was your first race.
Yeah, it was. Your first race was the year before.
When I went,
1964. That was your first race.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing that's really cool, and it takes me back to Buki. My mom and dad, and this is what I wanted you to know about Vukovich. When I was a little boy, my parents and my uncle and aunt and everybody, my older brother, all of them, everybody in Indianapolis, when they would speak about Vukovich, it was with very hushed tones. You know, like, you know, oh, you know. And I get it now. I mean, you know, I was mourning Dan Weldon, you know, and you know, those are somber moments, and he was a big favorite of everybody's. And I was like, Vukovich. Well, I found out who Bill Vukovich was. My mother was such a fan of going to the Indianapolis 500 with my father and my grandfather that she went in '55, and she was pregnant with me and my twin. So I mean, this is all in my DNA. You know, I'm just.
Well, I'm glad you're not making that ridiculous claim that you were there.
Well, in a way, wouldn't you say?
No. No. Your first race was 1964, and mine was 1965.
I went to qualifying though a couple of times before that. That was great.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I remember seeing my parents and my brother and my two older brothers going to the 500 when I was like in the first grade and kindergarten. I want to go.
So are you going this year?
I'm not going to go this year.
Why?
Well, because a couple of things.
Why?
Well, I'll get into that later.
We don't have much time.
Yeah, well, you know, who knows? But I got my tickets for right here in Nashville. Now, it's a little different this year, as you know. It's going to be out there at the Super Speedway.
Yeah.
But those were always good races. I enjoyed those races. And the thing is that where you are perched, you can see the whole race. Now, our friend,
that is true.
We had I was getting an interview at somebody when we went to Barber that first time. It was Al Jr.
You were getting an interview. We were riding in a courtesy van together.
And I asked Al what he thought about that track, and he thought it was a great. Well, you tell him, because you're the one that stole it from me for your column. He said it was a great track. They need to diamond cut the upper lanes on that.
He said it was a 1.5 groove racetrack, which means it's procession.
Yeah, so you got to get that. He said he liked the track though. He's raced there. Diamond cut that top.
That was right before you violated the ethics code and.
Wait! And got a picture? Like the picture that you got with that young girl race car driver the other day? Okay.
That was part of the interview process.
Well, that was part of my interview process.
So yours was an interview.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway.
All right, go! Okay.
Oh, God.
So anyway.
Now I know why we haven't done one of these in a year.
Yeah, we're going to do another one next week.
Sometime this month we'll do.
All right,
another.
well, let's talk about the Indianapolis 500 and what we're going to be seeing. Who do you think, George? You just got back from Barber. Who is going to be a hot shoe?
Well, I can tell you who's not. David Malukas.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Well, you could see that coming.
Yeah.
I do hate it for him, but you know, how many drivers, counting Formula One, in the last 3 years, have we seen have to miss races due to mountain biking?
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
So
I do not get it. You know that he's going to learn.
I bet he learned. I just hope the rest of the drivers take this as a cautionary tale, because
I wouldn't. I would definitely. I tell you who doesn't do that, and he's upset, and I'm going to go with him, and that is Newgarden. He's upset.
Oh yeah, because of the whole.
He works out specifically for IndyCar racing. He's got a gym that rivals a YMCA.
What, in his house?
Yeah.
You been there?
No, I saw it on TV. It's like, wow, man, I would do that too. I mean, why not? He's got to stay in great shape. He runs.
I've been by his house. Do you know? Can you get there?
I don't do that now. I just saw the TV.
Susan had to deliver a cake there one time.
Okay. Okay. You stay with that one.
They weren't there.
Yeah.
She delivered it to somebody that was not Mr. or Mrs. Newgarden.
But I'm sure, did you go up and tell them, well, we got a cake to you the other day?
No, I sat in the car.
All right. Well, anyway, but in there was a nice gym. I guess you didn't go look in the window.
Well, I wouldn't have cared about the gym anyway. I don't go to gyms. I know you do, and I can see it's done a lot for you.
It has. I stay in great shape.
Okay.
But anyway, carry on with. I like Newgarden, and it wouldn't surprise me if he won it twice. I think that what happened to him with the press to pass, it was just a bunch of.
We call that push to pass.
Push to pass. I don't know what to think about it. I thought what he said was very plausible. I'm not going to say I think he's telling the truth.
I don't know if he is or not. Quite honestly, I'm tired of talking about it.
Okay.
That's all everybody was talking about in the media center at Barber. That's all fans were talking about. By the time we got back here Sunday night,
You were worn out.
I was sick of hearing about it.
I think that we're going to stop listening to it after the Indy Grand Prix.
I think you're right. For once, I'll agree with you. I think that will be the talk going into that race, and once they reconfigure that track and oval practice starts on Tuesday Tuesday at noon, I believe it is. Maybe they have some kind of, I don't know if they're having new. I think everybody's gone through ROP. But anyway, we don't know who's going to be.
And there's a new rookie.
We don't know if it's going to be anybody who's going to be in there from Malukas. Callum Ilott, that would be my guess. And by the time this runs, it may actually be confirmed. But I don't know that.
I tell you what, somebody else's. It's an Indy specific. Ryan Hunter-Reay.
He did okay last year with trying to ride well. Now he's got a year with him, but I mean that was also his last race with him. Now he did drive Oh, he drove for Connor Daly after he got let go, didn't he?
That's right, you sure did.
And now they're teammates.
Yeah, now they're teammates. You ran into Dale Cohen this past week.
Dale Cohen. Well, I saw Dale
Yeah,
Cohen.
you saw him, okay.
I saw just about everybody,
I thought
but
you might have said, heard some stuff. I don't know. What?
John is enthralled because I saw Dale Coyne in the public restroom at Barber,
And you told me.
and I told John that, and he just laughed and laughed and thought that was so funny and like a fourth grader. Because you've never gone to the bathroom, have you?
Yeah, but I don't come out and tell you who I saw in there. I didn't get the memo, All right, all right. So we got 2 great races in Indianapolis.
No, we got a great race and a
Then the road course race.
a filler weekend.
Well, okay.
And we also got qualifying, which if you're not going to the race, you
I
at
ought
least
to go to
you
qualifying.
ought to go to qualifying. Qualifying usually.
If I do go up there for qualifying, I can tell you one thing: that I've got a old family friend. He's like an older brother to me and my brothers. He's up there, and I'm going to call him up. And we're going to go meet for pizza.
Oh God, that awful place.
No, it's the. I love it. I love the place.
Giacomo's.
Giacomo's.
That place is
In
horrible.
Arlington. It's wonderful. Go in there. Those people are cool.
For
It's a
years,
great time.
I kept hearing John brag about Giacomo's. This is the greatest place in the world. You must go there for the night before the 500 because it's a tradition and blah 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 blah. I got tired of hearing about it, so finally Susan and I went there. It was the worst. It was like
Wonderful.
cardboard
No, it wasn't.
coated with ragu.
It was
It was
wonderful.
awful.
Go there and enjoy yourself. Those people are fantastic. What a wonderful
And
night
it was
that
not
is.
cheap either. I
It's
mean,
because it's delicious. You've
redefined delicious then.
Check me out that
No,
Saturday night. I'll be at Giacomo's.
I will be at Dawson's.
And then afterwards, we'll go across the street to that ice cream shop. Oh,
Well, there's an ice cream shop just down the street from Dawson's.
well, that's fantastic. I'll go to Dawson's later. Because sometimes you just got to have a pizza and a Budweiser.
Well, I like a pizza and a Budweiser, but I wouldn't even call that stuff pizza. Ooh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that. That's what they did is he brought those, he turned it on the side, and those bad boys, on later cars, he had a little hump.
The next year when the car was that kind of an ugly gray.
Yeah.
He's flying over. But yeah, I didn't care for the hump.
No, but it was still won.
I know. You of course remember who his 2 master mechanics were.
Krakow.
Krakow?
No, not Krakow, but...
Was he one of the Marx brothers?
Yeah.
God. Travers and Coon.
Traco. Traco.
Okay.
Yeah, and the owner.
You had a bug on you. Howard Keck.
That's right. That's right.
And they called them the Keck Boys.
Now this car, you can see this car in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum.
Well, you
but
can't
the
this year.
drive shaft won't be in there. It does not have the drive shaft because no one, when Keck gave that car to the museum, he said nobody is going to be able to drive that car and do the things that Buki did in it. So he took the drive shaft out of it. So
I see it right there.
yeah, well, it's in this one.
Where is the car right now?
I would imagine it's in the museum. It's not.
No, the museum's being
that's
gutted.
right. That's right. Oh, yeah. So we're going to get a brand new museum, and I guess that many of the things that are the cars that are downstairs and exhibits that we see time from time will all be upstairs, and
I think the quote unquote basement, the storage for cars not on display, are going to be off site, which I kind of don't like.
The only thing, one of the things I don't like is that Jim Clark's Lotus is not there permanently.
We know where it is permanently.
Yeah, it's up in Detroit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
The Henry Ford Museum.
that's right. I mean, it was 4, But what about the turbine, number 40?
It's in the Smithsonian. It's in the Smithsonian, I believe.
Yeah.
Along with Mario's actual winning car, not the replica that's been
The real car.
in the museum. The Bronner Hawk.
The Bronner Hawk needs to be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I agree. Something tells me a lot of the Smithsonian crowd doesn't really appreciate it.
No, they don't. They're not there to see that. They
No.
want to see Abe Lincoln's hat and, Captain Kangaroo's coat, which I'd like to see. I've seen it. And Mr. Moose and all the other little things up there. The planes, like the Spirit of St. Louis. It's up there.
I know. I believe
But the other stuff needs to be there at the IMS.
I will
Okay,
agree.
now let's get back to, so who are the great shoes that you're pulling for this?
That I'm pulling for, or who I think will.
Who do you think's going to do it?
I hadn't really thought about
Who's going to have a great month?
If I had to pick a winner right now, first week in May, I would, without thinking about it, my gut says Scott Dixon. Because to me, it's just unbelievable that with the success that man has had, 57 IndyCar wins and counting, that he's only won the Indianapolis 500 one time.
That would be fun to see him win a second race. That would be great. Okay, now with that being said, I think we're in store for Andretti, for the team itself, to do really well this month.
Who on that team? Well, Ericsson has already won one, but that was with
I
Ganassi.
think, but I think Ericsson, there is nothing shy about the Andretti team. I think they're going to do well. I didn't say they're going to win. They're going to do well. And I'll tell you who else is going to do real well. And that is Graham Rahal.
He got bumped last year.
That's okay. They'll be back this year.
I think they are. They're on a mission to do very well, and I think they will do well. I'm not sure I see at least Graham Rahal winning. I might could see Lundgaard winning, but that doesn't really excite me either.
When their driver from Japan,
Sato.
Sato won 2. His second one, Graham Rahal was in second place.
Well, he's back with the team this year.
That's right. Okay. I think, and so
And Pietro Fittipaldi.
that taste is just a rotten taste, and they're going to do everything they can to, get up into the front.
Okay.
Watch it.
Who's your dark horse? Or Graham Rahal could be considered a dark horse.
I think
going
so.
in.
He could be. I think he's going to do real well. I'm a Rahal guy. Hey, Graham is my
Really,
guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Graham is who I pull for first and foremost. I always like to see the AJ14 do well.
See, that's my dark horse.
Ferrucci. Okay. Well, you know what? They've had some nice shows.
He did great at Barber this past weekend. Pit strategy and pit stop kind of screwed him over.
You're gonna see Penske and Ganassi do real well.
Well, remember though, up until Newgarden winning, and even last year in qualifying, they did not do well in qualifying last year. And up until Newgarden winning, they had a bad stretch really since Pagenaud won in 19. Slow during the month and not spectacular on race day.
Well, you're right. That's something to think about. I tell you what, though, Penske, every day's a new day with that guy.
I tell you who I like. McLaughlin.
Oh, I like him too.
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
Just everything with him is sort of a one-liner. And Power's funny too.
McLaughlin was on the show last year. That IndyCar show that was on the W.
They all were.
Yeah, but he stood out.
Well, yeah, I guess.
He stood out. He's a star.
But they did all three drivers. So, okay.
That was a lot of fun.
All right.
Let's go.
So you think Graham Rahal is going to win the race?
I want him to. I'm pulling for him. No, I'm going to tell you what. I really think. I think Graham's going to do real well. He'll be up there. He can win the race, and I do think that if I had to bet $1 on that race, I would go with Newgarden. Now, yeah, you can say, oh, well, John, he won last year. Well, yeah, he did win last year, and he won the first race this year, but, you know, they didn't like that.
You know who I like? He's not a dark horse by any means, but thinking about it, Will Power.
Oh, Will Power.
He's back to form because, you know, last year his wife was very ill last year, the first part of the season, and was still not doing well all through the season. She's healthy. That's behind them now. He is refocused, and he looks refocused.
And I'm going to tell you what, too. You're right, too. Besides Will Power, Ganassi, they got the muscle, and
But they've also got. They're going to have 3 rookies in May. They got the reigning champion. They've got a 6-time champion and an Indianapolis 500 winner. But they've also got 3 rookies in May dragging them down.
well, they're not going to drag Scott Dixon down.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay.
I mean, I just said 5 minutes ago I like Dixon to win without thinking about it. But Ganassi has not been spectacular so far this season.
Well, the month of May is just it changes things, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you get teams like, well, I mean, look, Sam Schmidt, he won with Brian Herta.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was Andretti's setup, but still. And then you've got, you know, Ray Hall won with Soto. Sato won. You know, they've done real well. He won also with Buddy Rice. You know, he's done that. And you know, really, Danica ran real well when she was running with Ray Hall.
Okay. She won her only race with Andretti.
That was the strangest race I ever saw. It was like she was just kind of slowly got up in front of everybody, and that was weird.
All right.
But it's no longer, she's no longer here, and, you know, God bless that girl.
Okay. Catherine Lay is going to be in the race,
I think that's fantastic.
and you know, I hope she does better. I like Catherine Lay. I really think I think she's an
consistent.
excellent driver, but she's always got, well, let's face it, bad equipment.
I get the headphones, and one year when she was running, this was, I think, 12, 13. And anyway, she had, she couldn't get any water. And it's boiling hot out there. And anyway,
Was that her or was that Pippa Mann?
I think it was Pippa Mann.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Pippa. But still, I mean, you know, she was crying for I gotta have some water. And I hear you, lady. Stay out just a couple more laps. And she did. She gutted it out. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
I understand. I mean, you know, somebody says don't drink that water too fast, buddy. I know thirst. I'll drink it. Drink it as fast as I want.
I could say something, but I won't.
All right, so we're about ready to close.
Yes, but that's my job.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Okay.
Why are you putting those things down?
Because.
Oh, you must be ready to do an interview on television.
Hey, listen. I tell you what. I miss you guys. If I'm not up there, you will definitely have to come and see me when I am here in Nashville.
Oh, I
the
bet
race.
people are.
Well, that one fella, he was like, "Hey, Steve."
They're pulling up that website right now to order tickets just to come see you.
Well, I know. Hey, not a bad thing to do.
Yeah. This is what, 2012, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we were both in the garage area at Indianapolis, and some guy said, "Hey, that's the one take only guys. Can I get my picture made with y'all?" And sure enough, we posed one, and he goes, "Hey, thanks, George. Thanks, Steve."
Hey, he was still a fan, and you know,
You're one fan.
that's just great.
And he called you by the wrong name.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. So, you got anything else?
No, I don't. Except Tony Kanaan, he's running. I think I'm all for him too.
He's not running.
He's not going to run.
No.
He ran last year, didn't he? He's not going to run this year.
You might see him in the car in the month of May because they need to get that car up and running in case there's a
shakedown.
conflict with a driver, and he might have to just on the off chance he might have to qualify that car.
I'm going to tell you what. Just seeing. Matter of fact, this is the year he won.
No, it's not.
Who was 2016?
That was Rossi.
Rossi, that sure was.
He won in 13.
Won in 13. Anyway, I had a shirt that was 13 or something I was thinking about wearing, but Tony Kanaan, he is just a good guy to see at the track. I love seeing he's just one of my favorite drivers. And that year he won, what a great year, fast day, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, after the race, we were going home and listening to WIBC, which is WIBC. You Hoosiers know that's what we call it.
The Fan.
Well, we called it WIBC, and yeah, hey, it was great. Just a lot of fun, and we stopped at one of our favorite restaurants, which was Steak and Shake.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I know that there was a hardship for you to come over and do this, so I'm going to give you a gift.
No.
This is not a sponsorship opportunity, but
Buc-ee's.
something near and dear to my heart from one of my favorite places. This came from the Buc-ee's right across the street from Barber.
Oh.
A bag of beaver nuggets. Have you ever had beaver nuggets?
Yeah, I've had beaver nuggets.
Okay. Well,
They're delicious.
well, if you've not tried these things, you're missing out. These things are addicting. They're like crack.
Oh man.
So-
Okay, well I'll make sure Jack gets some, I get some, and my wife Stacy gets some, who she's a big fan too.
Well, good.
All right, George.
Anything else?
No, nothing.
All right.
All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna do this again.
Yeah, we'll do it one more time this month.
Okay, good.
And I'm
Good.
sure it'll be just as entertaining as this one was.
I had a lot of fun.
So, well, good. Good for you. Well, anyway, so for John McClellan, I am George Phillips. Thank you for watching.